It's a sunny day here at Nelson Mandela Square. We're here for Latitude Arts Fair, a new fair for African art. We're really excited to see what's happening and what's on show today. We're going to look at a bunch of artworks, speak to curators and gallerists, and also just have an inside look at what's happening in the African contemporary art scene. Let's take a look. As you can tell, there's a buzz about, and with good reason. Latitudes has put together an extensive program of talks, viewings, and screenings for the public's pleasure, and we're really excited to delve in and see what it's all about. So we've just landed at Suburbia Gallery's booth here at Latitudes Art Fair, and to my surprise, I see a familiar face. It's Grace Mukalapa. I'm really excited to chat to her and see what she has to say about this exciting work that she's put on for us today. Hi Grace, how you doing?
How are you?
Great. So a little bird has told us that you've recently joined Suburbia Gallery. Could you tell us more about that?
Yes, so I've recently joined the gallery. How they found me is they found my Instagram account, and since then I've been communicating with them regarding possible exhibitions, group shows and fairs, and so I've been creating work since the beginning of March.
And how has this relationship come about, and how is it looking right now?
It's looking great. Suburbia is very supportive. They have been able to give me sort of like guidelines on how I can create my work and how to manage my time efficiently, and also just getting me out there as well. And I think for me that's fantastic in terms of for my career as a whole. Yeah.
Could you tell me and our viewers more about your practice? What are you interested in? What you speak about? You use a lot of black in your work. You use a lot of shapes and forms. Could you speak more about that?
Yes, so I work with the idea of encountering the void, and it's a very subjective experience, but for me it's an experience of possibly encountering a space that is completely infinite and dark, or that is it's a never-ending and unknown space. And for me, I use black quite a lot because to me it's a color that is very depersonal but also very mysterious, and conveys a lot of melancholy, if I can put it that way, but also it's a very deep color, and for me it represents the idea of encountering the unknown.
It's really exciting that you have a booth here. How did this come about? How are you feeling about this booth? It's a solo presentation, one of a few here at Latitudes,
yeah.
So that's really exceptional. Could you tell me more about how this booth came together and how you're feeling overall?
Yes, so I was presented with the idea of exhibiting at Latitudes, which at the time I was still coming to find out about it, and when they mentioned it will be a solo, it was it was a bit nerve-wracking, but I'm happy that the gallery trusted me to have just my work on exhibit. For me, it also gave me pressure to make really good sound work.
And what do you think about Latitudes overall, the festival, the fact that it's a fully female-owned and led art space? It's a new type of art fair in South Africa, which is really great. How do you feel about it?
I'm very excited about it. I hope there are more to come, and definitely more next year and the following years after. It's exciting because obviously given the socio-political time we're going through in South Africa, I think it's important to see women who are organizing such big events, and also it gives a platform for younger emerging artists to actually exhibit their work and to communicate with possible collectors and buyers and so on and so forth. So I think it's really exciting for us, the younger artists. It gives us room to shine, and also gives us a voice as well, which is very exciting. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Grace. And that's just an insight into all of that's happening here at Latitudes this weekend. Hi, can you please introduce yourself and tell us where you're from?
My name is Daudi Karunji. I'm a gallery director of Afriat Gallery based in Kampala, Uganda.
And can you tell us more about your gallery?
We're a contemporary art gallery which focuses mostly on African artists, contemporary African artists, mostly from the East African region. So we represent artists that in Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, who have something that the world must see. So we focus a lot on that kind of presentation.
And what do you think of this year's Latitudes? It's the first year, of course. How do you feel about it?
I chose Latitude because it presents a more inclusive experience where the continent must come together in terms of presentation. And for me, it's based on also what's happening in South Africa right now, the need for Africa to be seen as a whole is very critical. So, and I've been, the show has been excellent for us as well because we've been well received with the artists that we're showing. Yeah, so win-win. So we tend to bring a selection of artists based on their different medium. We brought an artist called Sanaga Teja. He's an older artist. He's like a master. He works with with paper beads and makes these huge installations. He's quite renowned. But also we brought another artist called Stacy Gillian, who is young but has been on the scene, especially South African scene, for a while. That is very noticeable. And then we introduced two other artists.
And in regards to the art world, the art market, what is the reception of African buyers buying African art, or at least to your knowledge?
Africans buy African art. It's a culture a culture that is built from, first of all, understanding of the art, and then beyond that, being able to afford the art. So when you look at the white collectors, they tend to buy easier because they've been exposed to the culture of art for generations. So when I speak of the African collector, there's a hindrance sometimes on the African collector because of the culture and how much they know about the buying of art. So they do buy, but the decision is much easier when they continue to get into the culture of contemporary art. And I think that's what fairs do, and galleries and museums. That's what they do right now for artists, collectors, to get more knowledge of art.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.